Alright boys, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're at Seattle round 11. This is the heat race, and maybe wondering why is it dark and gloomy. We actually had a rain race, which I don't mind. I actually kind of enjoyed a rain race. I think it was something different. It was nice that they didn't tell us that it was a rain race, because you know what this community is like, they will grind and grind rain for the week. But we literally tested the track. Obviously when the track first came out, we had half an hour or so on the track. We learnt the track in dry, learnt all the lines, and we thought, okay, I feel comfortable qualifying. Jake got into qualifying and went, oh, it's raining. And yeah, so we basically learnt the track in dry, and then had to race it and qualify and everything in the rain. So that was interesting. But yeah, this is the heat race, and like I say, every single time I do these videos, I'm going to be chipping every now and then throughout the race. But yeah, not a brilliant start to the heat race, as you can tell. I was getting flung around a little bit, but we had to push our way through. Jake's in the VC. We didn't deafen. We didn't feel like deafening. We thought, you know, we'll talk when we want to do. We're not really like chatterboxes. We don't yap and yap. So yeah, enjoy the heat race. Yeah, that was the heat race. Very, very stressful heat race. Managed to get up into P4. They made the move in the final corner. That was a nice move. That is the heat race, and yeah, we'll see you boys on the gate for the main event. Yeah, very, very glad I got a good start there. Just tried to tuck into the inside as much as I possibly could. Got bumped around a little bit, but that's bound to happen, really. So you just got to try to hold your line. That's the best thing to do on these starts, is just hold your line. But yeah, I managed to come out in P3, which is good. Obviously, with it being rain, you don't really want to be pushing as much, because it makes it a lot harder to push because of the traction and everything like that. So luckily, we got a good start. And yeah, just wanted to start up here and pull a bit of a gap on the guys behind. Obviously, I wanted to try and be up front again and maybe go for a back-to-back podium. So yeah, we held on to P3 for about 3-4 laps, and then managed to make the move aside after I made a mistake there. And then I get a little bit sketchy here. Try and scrub the finish. Timed it horribly, cased it, and then that allowed Tyre to come past me. So we were in P2 for about a corner and half a jump. So very, very good run in P2 there, but we're back down into P3, which is okay. We can work with that. And yeah, I was feeling good. I was feeling alright in P3. I was sort of running a decent pace. No one behind me was really gaining that much. Linz and Tyler were clearly quicker than what I was going, but they weren't gapping me. So I was just trying to stick into the back of Tyler, just to minimise mistakes. Obviously, being wet, you don't want to be going down because you just sit there wheel spinning forever. Little insight, I didn't actually crash once in this race, which I'm happy with. It's good. Just had to try and be smooth. It slowed the racing down, which is good. Just be smooth, be consistent, and you know, you don't crash. So I just wanted to just keep continuing forwards. I kind of knew I wasn't going to be catching Linz and Tyler, but it wasn't impossible. Obviously, one of them could go down, one of them could crash, and I could get the pass. So I just wanted to stick with them and try not to let them pull away too much. But yeah, skipping forwards now, about 3 laps or so, still running third, and I got about 5 seconds behind me. Like I said, I felt like I was riding alright. We're halfway through the motor now, we're still in P3, and I thought, you know, this could be a very, very possible back-to-back podium here. But yeah, we held on to P3 for about 11 or 12 minutes of the race, which I'm happy with. I'll take. And then Cam just clearly was a lot quicker than where I was going. I saw him on my inside there, so I thought I'm not going to try and cover it. I think he's going quicker than what I am, so I sort of not let him by, but he had the inside, so I wasn't going to try and fight him. But I just wanted to try and stay to the back of him now. This is a point where I started struggling a little bit. I noticed with the E-Road, because obviously it's raining and we're wheel spinning a lot, I noticed that the E-Road wasn't getting deep. It was just getting very bumpy and jaggedy, to the point where in all of the corners your front end was sort of wobbling. I started struggling in the whoops. My bike just didn't want to skim the whoops anymore towards the end. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I just started struggling towards the end of this moto. I'm not too sure why. I think it was the E-Road. It just was very odd. It wasn't really holding you. It was making you wheel spin more, and it just sort of throwing you to the side a lot. So I did start getting a lot slower, but I wanted to just try and stay consistent. I was making a lot of mistakes. I don't know, like I said, I just started struggling. Letting you know, Rax has about 5 seconds of cuts. Yeah, like Jay just said, Rex does have a lot of cuts. However, I knew he was gaining on me, so I wanted to try and just see how long I could hold him off for. But I go way too wide there. I overjumped the triple. I knew he was going to come to my inside. But then he passes me, and like Jake said, he has a lot of cuts. So I was like, right, if I can just stick with him, we might be able to beat him on cuts. There's only like 5 actual minutes left of racing, including the extra lap. So I thought if I can stay with him, we might be alright. But he was barking. He was ripping this race. He come from like 12th, 13th. And yeah, he was way too quick. I could not hold him to the back of him. I don't know what sort of speed he was going, but he was barking towards the end of this race. I'd also like to apologise to Froxy and Logan. They were both very, very good lappers. I think they let me pass like 3 times. Every time I passed them, I'd make a mistake, and then they'd have to check up, or they'd come past me and have to let me pass again. So I do apologise, Froxy and Logan. I didn't mean to hold you up. I was making a mistake every single time I passed you guys. Did a little whip there and looked at Jake in the air. Jake was right on me. I told Jake at this point my mic wasn't on because the video never wants to record my mic for some reason. But yeah, I told Jake I'm struggling. I'm really struggling at this point, and then I made a little mistake there, and then he sort of comes up me inside a little bit. But yeah, I told him I was struggling. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna push then. Basically, he told me after the race, he's like, yeah, as soon as you said that I was struggling, I just push harder. So yeah, I kind of shouldn't have said that, but I did say to him, I'm not gonna lie, like I am struggling a bit. But yeah, that is round 11 Seattle done, dusted. We crossed the line here in P6. I felt good. I rode third for like 12-13 minutes, like I said. And I don't know, I just started struggling towards the end. It must have been the E-Road. I must have struggled in the E-Road. I don't know what was going on. I just kept making little mistakes, casing little jumps, but it was a shock to be riding in the rain. We hadn't done any practice in the rain, obviously. They literally just put qualifying to rain. We loaded into it and we're like, oh, it's raining. So it was very, very unexpected, but I enjoyed it. I feel like it kind of slowed the racing down. It showed the consistent people. Obviously, me and Jake never crashed once. It just sort of brought out the consistent people, the people that just could run lap after lap after lap without like overdoing it. This track was very easy to be overdone because of the weather. You were wheel spinning a lot. You had to just hit everything very smooth, very clean. You couldn't really scrub anything. One, because you cased hell at the jump, and two, you would just wheel spin. As soon as you let the bike over to scrub, you generally just spin around. So it was good. It brought the consistent people out. It showed who the smoother and sort of cleaner guys were. But yeah, can't be mad with P6 there in that race. Just very, very glad I got a good start, because I think how I was running towards the end of the race, I would have struggled to make my way through the field going at that speed. So I'm glad that I got a good start. Glad that I could sort of just hold on to the position, just be consistent. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I will see you guys all in my next video. Peace.